Gentlemen, thank you very much. Welcome to our first episode. Now, I told you that we shall be discussing about this topic, the value of earning. We have a generation that doesn't care how the society or how they portray themselves in the society. They only consider that they think that with money you have everything. But I differ with them. Simply, the Bible has said in the book of Proverbs that a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. The one who said this one is Solomon. Solomon was very rich indeed. Solomon could manage to marry 1,000. Those are concubines plus the wives. And they could manage them. But at the end, Solomon insisted on having a good name. Why? In this episode, I will show you why. First thing, it's access to opportunities. And that's our first episode that we are going to discuss. How can a good name help you to access opportunities? I will give you an example. Today, many of the leaders that we have in this country, some of them come from very poor background. A community can see your character, can see how you portray yourself socially, and they give you an opportunity to serve a certain place. For example, they can see that this man, he is not a thief, he is not among the con group, at the bank in a group buyer, and they decide to say that even if this man is coming from a poor family, we can give him this opportunity to serve in leadership. Go understand the history of many people. The history of your president, William Ruto. The history of David Nyoro, the most performing MP this year, 2026, 2025 year. The history of Babu Owino. His mother was Abia. He was cooking Abia. Alikuwa mama wa kupika hii pombe haramu. But simply because the man exercised wellness in his character. He portrayed his character as good. He accessed an opportunity. And today he is moving. Everyone knows him in this country. Your president himself. He comes from a very poor background. But he built character. We have a generation that's thinking of money. But I will differ because money, there are some places that money will not take you. There are some places only a good name that will help you to access those places. We have very rich people in this country and they cannot access the state house. They cannot access to some places. So as a generation, we need to understand that how we portray ourselves, or rather, how we do, or how we work in the society. Character should come first. Character. As a matter of fact, how many of you can forget the first South African president, Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela was not rich, but Nelson Mandela's character portrays himself today, and we study him in history books. How many of you can forget Julius Nyerere? They came from poor background, they had no money, but the character, the name that they created in society still makes them to move. We don't remember people. We don't remember the asset that Jomo Kenyatta was. We remember the good character that he portrayed by fighting for independence of this country. How many of you can forget Martin Luther King? The man who stood with daughters of America. Luther King was not rich, but the character of Martin Luther King. Today, children are told to stand to be like Martin Luther King. I want you now to ask yourself, because this is the end of our episode. Episode 2, we shall be discussing about how a good name can help you to retain the legacy, or can help you to create the legacy. Ask yourself, what you are doing now, is it something valuable that will make the society to remember you 10 years, 40 years after you are dead? One philosopher once said that asset goes with you, money goes with you, property goes with you. everything goes with you. But a good name remains here on earth to be discussed. And that is what our generation is lacking. So I urge you, my brother, everything that you do, may it not portray your character negatively, but try your best, your character to be portrayed in a positive way. Simply because what you are doing today, how you portray yourself in society. Some people they say, oh, mimi sitaki kujua vile wanasema. You should care what people say about you. Because, for example, let me give you an example. If you don't care what they say, wao unatembea bila nguo. You don't care what they say. Wao unapita kwa kijiji, wewe ndio unaibanga kuku. If you don't care what they say, as long as your life is working. Fungua kiosk. Utauzia nani? Utauzia society. How when you don't care what they say about you. If you are banned, this access, you will be denied. You cannot run a kiosk when you are thief. For example, you are standing uko campus, unasema I don't care what they say, I will do whatever. Uende ukosea lecturer, uende ukosea sijui this. Uende interview kwa kampuni fulani. Upate the same people when you unasema we don't care what they are saying. The same people ndio wanakufanyia interview. So imagine. What is that? I urge you, please, before we end this episode, have you got how a good name can help you to access opportunities? Are you ready to foster? Are you ready to grow your character in a good manner? And are you ready to retain a good legacy? Do you want to be remembered 40 years after you are dead? Because some people die today, and after 3 days, we forget them. Someone is buried today, next week, even we don't remember that man. Simply because the character was bad. Nobody wants to be mentioned with that person. Thank you very much. The next episode, we shall be discussing this one. How you can retain your legacy using a good name. Please, if you haven't followed us, follow me, Facebook. That's Teacher Vaimato. TikTok, Teacher Vaimato, IG, and the other social media platforms, including YouTube. Thank you very much, and try your best to portray your character in a good way.